Mark Skaar on the Skaar Kaard, 103.7 The Fox. Always a pleasure to welcome back Warner Hodges. How are you, sir?
I am good, man. I'm down here in sunny Tennessee. It's a nice day.
And a new album called Absolutely. Congratulations.
Thank you. Have you listened to some of it?
Oh, yes. I bought a copy, and I love it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's a fun record. Back with my buddy Morrow Magellan again, which is good.
Well, I was going to say, it's kind of like a return to old home week in a way, isn't it?
Anytime you can play with Morrow Magellan in your band, you're probably going to be in pretty good shape.
And the album got named Absolutely because I know it's one of your favorite phrases.
Eddie Spaghetti and Metal Marty from the Super Suckers, we did a tour with them a year and a half ago or something like that. We did a co-bill tour in Europe where we were flip-flopping, headlining every night. And I've known those guys for a long time. I didn't realize that I said the word absolutely somewhere between 6,000 to 7,000 times a day. And they got a kick out of the fact that my response to everything was absolutely. And I come in one night to a dressing room, and they were busy writing the song Absolutely. They had a melody and a chord structure. They didn't have lyric yet. So it became, okay, we got to finish this thing.
And it kicks off the album.
Absolutely.
There you go. Once again, Joe Blanton's kind of your right-hand man, right?
If it wasn't for Joe, I don't know that I'd be able to do records. Joe is end-all, be-all, everything in my world. He basically produced this one. He engineered this one. He mixed this one, co-wrote or wrote most of the songs. Joe and I go back to the 70s together. So Joe knows my strengths. He knows my weaknesses. He's an amazingly talented musician, songwriter, engineer, all of it.
Talking with Warner Hodges about Absolutely. And, of course, Dan Baird makes appearances all over this thing, too.
Yeah, he does. Dan, now that he's retired, he just kind of comes and goes as he pleases, which is fine. He's earned the right to be able to do that. He always has an open invitation on my stuff. You know, come if you want to, don't come if you don't want to, whatever. And he just kind of comes in and out depending on how he feels that day, I think. But Dan's a songwriting, Dan is a legend. And there's no other word Dan's a legend.
For sure.
Well, I know this for a fact. I can say this as a blanket statement. If Dan's in the room, your record's going to be better, plainly and simply.
He knows what he's doing.
He's forgot more rock and roll than most people ever going to learn.
Yeah, he's the cool in the room.
Absolutely. He knows what's good and what isn't.
Let's talk about North Star, one of my favorite songs on the record, and kind of a Zeppelin nod, but...
big time.
Yeah, great song.
Thank you. I come up with that chord structure. I'm a Zeppelin fanatic, too. And, it was just the right thing to do. I'm a wannabe drummer. The drum pattern on the thing's perfect. Very nod to John Bonham, of course. That kind of music is some of my absolute favorite stuff, all the Zeppelin stuff. The Zeppelin records are almost like Beatles records. There's better, but there's no bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's all pretty great.
You did a Billy Joe Shaver track, Hottest Thing in Town.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I love me some Billy Joe Shaver, and I loved Eddie Shaver. And it was, I want to say on that Outlaw Country Cruise 9, somebody pulled that out of the hat. We did it in the, I host an all-star jam. I think Jesse Dayton did that. Song. Pulled that song out of thin air at the jam. And I was like, oh, man, that is a great song. And I just said, hell with it and recorded it.
It stuck with you. You knew it had to go.
Absolutely. It's a great song.
Happy Wife, Happy Life makes me chuckle.
Now, that's classic Joe Blanton. Joe wrote all that. When he played it for me the first time, it was like, dude, that's going on my record. I can deliver that song. Happy Wife, Happy Life. You'll do just fine. Seems to work for me most every time. I've tried it the hard way for years, but then again it became a perfectly clear Happy Wife, Happy Life, because nothing rhymes with husband.
Because you checked twice.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah.
And you got to deliver that a certain way, and it's just perfect.
Yeah, you've got the, I could sing a third verse, but I'd be wasting my breath. So let's just stick with what we all already know.
Yeah,
It's fantastic.
it really is. Still got a ways to go. One of my favorite songs on the record.
Yeah, that one we haven't got in the hopper yet live. We've got 9 of them we've been doing live. We haven't got, that's the last song on the record, I think.
Yep.
That's an open D tuning. It's kind of a weird guitar tuning I was playing around with, and that kind of fell out of thin air on us. But I love the song.
Aren't happy accidents the best?
Absolutely. I was sitting around noodling on my sofa, fell into that guitar tuning, and one thing led to another. When I took it over and showed Joe, I did a quick recording of it and took it over to Joe, and he was like, "Oh, dude, we can turn this into something." So we did.
Now, when Dan comes into the equation, how does it change from when it's just you and Joe to you and Joe and Dan?
Anything with Dan is going to be a little bit more lyric-driven most of the time. Dan usually comes in, if he's helping us write, Dan will stay on me and say, "Quit playing all those guitar things. Let's just try to get a song together." So it tends not to be quite as riff-based if we're writing with Dan. Joe will let me, let's build something around a guitar riff. Joe is a lot more amiable to that than Dan is. But then also the other side of the coin, like Dan will come in and do, like on North Star, he plays the 8th note guitar part on the left-hand side that, to me, makes the song actually go. It's a real simple guitar part, but it gives the song movement that it didn't have before Dan added what he added. And Dan's always been that guy with a guitar in his hand. He doesn't even think about it. He just naturally plays the correct thing.
That's incredible.
Dude, I did 5 Homemade Sin records with him, and I watched him. He would toil and toil with lyrics. He never even thought about his guitar part, and they'd hit the record button, and he'd have the perfect rhythm guitar part every time. It was, I've never seen anything like it. It was like he didn't put any thought into it at all because he trusted that he would naturally play exactly what should be there. It was a very impressive thing to be a part of.
Oh, I'm sure. Warner, how are lyrics for you? Because I find I'm a very, very amateur songwriter, and lyrics, as a singer, lyrics come last. The riff comes first almost every time, and lyrics are just a bear.
Lyrics are a bear for me, too, especially, I've had in my world Jason Ringenberg, Ginger Wildheart, Dan Baird, Joe Blanton, Tommy Womack, a lot of really good lyricists, and lyrics are always down the pike for me. I rarely come up with a full song myself. I'm very good at coming up with hooks. I'm very good at coming up with choruses, but lyric is for sure my weakest area, for sure. I'm very fortunate that I'm surrounded by some guys that it's not their weakest area.
Everybody plays to their strengths. That's good.
Well, it's a weird thing. When we were doing Bluefields records, because Dan, Joe, and I are all guitar players, every guitar track we always approached at who in the room will do this the quickest. Who's going to struggle, who's going to be able to do this, the quickest. And that was how we divvied up guitar parts. In general, what usually happened, what we called worked guitar parts became Dan's parts because he would just knock them out quicker than anybody else. Flashy was always me. Joe became like the acoustic guy. He's gotten really, really good. There's an art to recording a rock and roll acoustic guitar and not having a bunch of extraneous noise and stuff. Joe has gotten really, really great at that. But it was just funny. We just, it was never, there was no ego in the room. It was like, Dan, you do this. You'll knock it out in 5 minutes. It'll take me 20. Well, it's a wonderful thing. We're very good about that, and we've been doing it together for so long. Everybody knows each other's strengths, and everybody knows each other's weaknesses. Mm-hmm. I want to be an acoustic guitar player. I am horrendous.
You're humble.
Well, I get done with the track, and it's uneven, and I've moved the pick around. Half of it's very high-endy, half of it's bottom. I've made 3 different really loud noise mistakes that I shouldn't have made. I don't play enough acoustic guitar on records. The only time I really ever play them is on my records. What ends up happening 9 times out of 10 is Joe just does it so we can move along.
Absolutely is the name of the new record, Warner Hodges. Go check it out. How many times have you seen AC/DC now?
107.
107. I always like to ask.
Yeah, absolutely. We got two of the last tour. Me and a buddy of mine that I've seen them probably 50 times with him. We flew to Seville, Spain, and saw them twice. We wanted to see them in Europe, not here.
And you did.
We actually caught shows 3 and shows 4. And I have to tell you, all honesty, I love me some AC/DC. I saw show 3, and my first thought was, wow, Brian's not going to be able to do many dates. 4 days later, Brian Johnson was the Brian Johnson of old. I don't know how he did it. I know how it works with bands. You know, the first few shows are always, but fans love them because they're dicey. But the first few shows are always like, you're holding on with both hands till you kind of get in the role of what's going on. But I was stunned by how much better Brian Johnson was between show 3 and show 4. It was night and day. I mean, he was okay in show 3. It was like, okay, he got through it. Those are hard songs to sing.
Oh,
dude.
my goodness.
And he's a 77, 78-year-old man.
I was going to say he's damn near 80.
I tell you, there's a band here in Nashville called the Long Players.
Yep.
Okay, they take classic rock albums, recreate them, get a bunch of guest singers, and recreate the albums. I participated in the Back in Black record. They know I'm an AC/DC fan. Dude, I watched that record humiliate 7 or 8 really great Nashville singers. The only 2 people that did really good were the 2 girls, female singers that nailed it. But all of the guys, that record humiliated a bunch of really good singers. It's a hard record to do.
There's a reason you don't see anybody cover those songs.
Dude, it's just about impossible, and hats off to Brian. And I never in a million years thought they'd go as long as they went with it. It was incredible. Dude, as an AC/DC fan, I mean, give me another one, please. I'm that guy. You know, I hear guys all the time, well, it's not Bon Scott. It's like, dude, Bon Scott is dead.
Yeah, a long time ago.
I love Bon.
Yeah.
Bon ain't coming back. Brian will sing the songs. Shut up and take them. I love me some Akadaka.
With that, we'll wrap it up. Warner, as always, thank you so much for being gracious with your time. I appreciate it.
Oh, Mark, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Warner Hodges absolutely is the new record. I'm Mark
Go
Skaar.
get you a copy at WarnerEHodges.com.
There you go. Shameless plug.
There you go.
For Warner Hodges, I'm Mark Skaar on the Skaar Kaard, the new classic rock that rocks on 103.7 The Fox.